Despite what I said in my last video, some people still want to do it. Some people still want to retire early like me and reach financial independence, retire early. Now, in today's video, I want to show you how you may not be as far away as you think. It might be less daunting than you think. And if you're interested in coasting towards the easy life, pay attention. My name's Dav Morse. I'm here to educate and inspire you to make the most of your money and to live generously to impact the world beyond just yourself. Now, if you've watched my last video, you'll know I've got a few issues with the FIRE movement. But I may find myself actually at FIRE without even trying that hard. And it's due to a thing called Coast FIRE. So what is Coast FIRE? So if you're completely unaware of the FIRE movement, then let's just catch everybody up to speed so we're all working on the same page. FIRE is the Financial Independence Retire Early movement. And it's a bunch of people who want to work really hard, be really frugal, and save and invest a load of money so that they can live off the money that they've invested and they don't have to carry on working. That's why they call it Financial Independence Retire Early. So the basic rule is if you save up 25 times your annual expenditure, then you can live off the interest that your portfolio, your investment portfolio is making, and withdraw 4% each year, and you never run out of money. So it's quite an appealing thing that people would just save up this amount of money and then they can stop working and just live off their investments. And one of the things I had against FIRE is that it takes a really long time. So what if there was an easier way? What if there was a way which you could just coast your way towards financial independence? Well, Coast FIRE is a really trendy thing at the moment. It's becoming more and more popular, more and more people making videos about it, more and more people writing about it. So what is Coast FIRE? Many years ago, I was on holiday in Tenerife and I saw an advert for a bike tour, which was 2-hour bike tour. No pedaling, all downhill. And I thought, this is incredible. How can this be the case? And what happened is they took you up in a minibus and they took the bikes up as well. And they took you up to the top of a mountain. And what you did was you just sat on the bike and you just rolled your way down towards the sea. You just coasted the whole way down. And it was incredibly relaxing. You didn't have to work that hard. Now, with Coast FIRE, it's the same kind of thing. Apart from you don't get a minibus up, you have to save up the money in the first place. So the idea is that you save up a smaller amount of money than your FIRE number, and then you just let time and compound interest carry you towards your FIRE number so that you coast towards your FIRE number. So the advantages are that you don't have to save up as much money, you just let time do the work. Disadvantages are you need to be on the early side because time really is your friend here. Okay, so how do you work out your Coast FIRE number? Well, remember back at school when you were learning about compound interest and you thought, nah, don't need this, that's not going to be important. Well, now it is. You start off with your principal, then you multiply it by 1 plus I, where I is the interest rate that you're hoping to get on your investments, to the power of n, and that's going to give you your capital at the end. Now, if you want to work backwards to find out what you need to retire at the end, then you're going to divide your FI number by 1 plus I to the power of n. So n is the power here, n is the exponent. It actually means that n being bigger is a really good thing because it makes this number smaller. If you think you might get an interest rate of 8% on your investments, then you can use 1.08 here. And then we're just going to change. We're going to have a play with the numbers, see what we can do. Fiddle around with n being 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, see what happens. So let's play with some numbers. I've got my calculator here. So if you want to have a income of £25,000 in retirement, we're going to do 25,000 times by 25, so you're going to need £625,000. Now, if we flick this on its side and we divide this by 1.08, so that's 8% you're hoping to get a return on your investments, and you're going to do that to the power of 10. Okay, so that means if you want to, say, retire at 55, then by the age of 45 you can stop investing and you can coast your way towards retirement if you've got £289,495.93. 96. You'd probably be fine one way or the other. Now if you wanted to start coasting at 35 instead of 45, so remember you want to retire at 55, we've got 625,000 divided by 1.08 to the power of 20. So by the time you're 35, if you've saved up £134,092, then if you invest that at a rate of 8%, then you've effectively got enough money to just coast towards financial independence by the age of 55. And if you take that back even further to 30 years old, we've got 625,000 divided by 1.08 to the power of 25. So you're only going to need £91,261 by the time that you're 30 years old. So what happens if you think you can live off £20,000 a year? Well, if you do 20,000 times by 25, then you only need £500,000. Similar sort of thing. If you want to retire at 55, financially free, completely independent, don't have to work anymore, and you want to start coasting towards retirement aged 45, we're going to divide that by 1.08 to the power of 10, and we're going to get £231,596. So much less. If you want to start coasting age 35, then we can do that divided by 1.08 to the power of 20. So you only need 107,274 by the age of 35 if you want to retire at 55. I mean, even if you put this back 5 years and you want to retire at 60 instead of what will probably be 70 plus by the time we get there, then you only need 107,000 by the time you're 40, which is fairly doable. It is pretty reasonable to think that you could get to 107,000 if you keep following good, sensible financial decisions, living way below your means, earning more, then saving up 107,274 by the time you're 40 shouldn't be that difficult. If you're able to live on 20,000 a year, you only need 500,000 to live on, and you divide that by 1.08 to the power of 25. So if you can get to £73,000 by the time you're age 30, then you're able to retire at 55. Might seem like a lot of money, but if you follow the calculator that I'll put a link to, I'll show you as well, then it works out to only be about £400 a month. So here we are on the moneyadviceservice.org.uk website, and we're on the savings calculator. So our goal was to save £73,000 in 10 years. Now if you start age 20, that means finished age 30. If you're starting age 30, finished age 40. So we're looking at 10 years from now is going to be approximately April 2031. If we haven't got anything saved already, and we're going to get 8% on our return, then we are going to have to save £401 per month in order to save £73,000 by April 2031, and in which case we could stop investing and then we'll be able to retire at age 55 and coast towards retirement. I didn't realise until I started crunching the numbers that I am good to go to be financially independent by the time I am 65, which is not early, but it means that I could stop investing. I'm not going to. I'm going to keep investing to bring that time frame down quite significantly. But if I wanted to, I could just live an easy life, just pay the bills, and I wouldn't have to worry about what's going to happen when I'm 65. And that's not even including my pension. So what then? If you get to that coast fire number, well, basically you can take your foot off the gas. You don't need to keep investing. If you want to keep investing to maybe live a slightly more comfortable life during retirement, then that's fantastic. But you're essentially done. You can just take a part-time job, reduce hours at work, take a much less stressed job. You basically have got options to do whatever you want. Not quite whatever you want, but you've got options to considerably change your life if you want to. You're not at the point where you can do nothing, but remember from the last video, that is not the point. The point is not to do nothing. The point is you build a life that you don't want to retire from, and you get options by doing this Coast Fire. If you want to get started on your investment journey, then there's a link to an app called Stake where you and I both get a free share if you sign up. There's also a link to some free crypto if you sign up for Coinbase and deposit £70 buying crypto, and we both get some free crypto. It's win-win-win. Don't forget, if you got any value from this video, smash the like button. I'd love it. Let me know in the comments below if you've got any opinions on Coast Fire. Is that something that's doable? Is that something that you could do? Is that something that you're already at? Like I discovered I was already at Coast Fire to retire at 65. Then let me know. Till next time, peace out.